All right, so let's talk about using our fib retrace tool, where it comes from, how we use it, all the basics of it, and then we'll go apply it to real price action, okay? For now, we'll use this part of our screen as an area where we can draw. So the fib retrace tool lives in your third setting down. This is where all your fib tools will be. You click on the arrow, you'll see fib retracement. I like to click the star so that it adds it to my favorites. There's 3 types of fibs I add to my favorites. That's the fib retracement, the trend-based fib extension, and the trend-based fib time. Once you do that, they'll all appear here on your favorites bar, and that you turn on down in the lower left corner by clicking the star on or off, depending on if you want it on your screen. Anyhow, we have multiple templates that we save onto this little tool here so that you can quickly apply the default drawing template, or you can pick any one of the retracements, okay? So say you were to come here, it's your first time drawing one, you draw your fib retracement, it's going to look something like this, right? You drew it from a high of some sort of price action to a low. Let's make a really quick drawing to illustrate this. The low is here. Boop, 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 boop. So then you took your fib retracement tool and you placed it from the high, or excuse me, let's delete this so that we don't misspeak. Let's use our default so it looks the same for everybody. We're going to pull it from the low to the high, yeah? And that way we're aiming for the golden pocket. When the fib tool's set up like this, it's rather cluttered with the background, with the numbers over here on this side. I like to make a bunch of changes, so let's make them now. You go ahead, click on the little gear. First, let's declutter this, yeah? We're not going to need the trend line, so first let's get rid of that. We'll adjust our values later. Let's scroll on down. Let's get rid of the background. Make sure your fibs are not set up in reverse. After you've done that, you can tinker around to see where you like your values at, but I typically like to place all of my labels off to the right. And I like to turn on fib labels based on log scale. Let's move this out of the way so you can watch what happened. So we made everything a little bit smaller. Let's fix the font for my old eyes back to a 12. There we go. All right, so in our fib levels, we'll just tinker around and change a couple things that we'll need here, okay? This setup here, the one that we're going to make, will be your normal, everyday use. You can apply it to any situation. We just call it the new style template, okay? You can leave your 0 on if you're new to fibs and you're new to the Discord and you want to be able to show people, hey, these were my attachment points, okay? Or you can just use a highlighter. I like to turn off the 0 line to remove some of the clutter. I leave on the 0.236, the 0.382, the 0.5, 0.618. I like to add in the 0.702. And I recommend you make these all, excuse me, we have to put not 0.702. I recommend you make them all colors that you like or that you're familiar with, so that once you zoom out, these lines will mean something to you when you see them on your screen, right? That way you don't need to know, hey, that's my 786. You just know that your 786 is typically in red or whatever it shall be. Once we put the 702 on, we want to keep looking down the line, see what else we have, right? We have our 786. From here, on the new style, you don't have to add it if you don't want to, but I find it really helpful. So I typically add the not 0.888. And then the next fibs that I would like to add moving onward will be the 1.05. 5. We'll add in the 1.236. 1.382 and 1.618. Let's turn off the 1 line because I really don't care for it. Make sure we have everything we need. We won't need the 4.236. We won't need the 2.618 for this. This is all you will need. It's the ones that you can see on the screen, okay? This is your new style fib setup, okay, using the fib retracement tool. So once we click on it, you could go ahead and you could save this template if you want. Down at the bottom of the gears, let's change. I like my lines to be thin and dashed. I think it's nicer. It's not as messy. So then we would scroll down and you would come on down to the bottom. Instead of just doing template, you would save as and put new style like we have here, okay? That would be your new style template. That's how we're going to go through and you're going to set up all these. So for the next ones, to save time, I'm just going to show them to you on the screen. You can watch the recording later, go through the gear, do the same thing that we learned here to save your templates as, and save them all, okay? All right, so that was the new style. Let's delete this one. The next one we're going to talk about will be your golden retrace template, or your golden pocket. You measure it from a low to a high, and you place it on, okay? Those fib retrace values for your golden pocket template will be the 0.5, 0.618, and 0.702, okay? Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. The next thing you might be looking for is a wave 4 retracement, okay? When we use this template, the values that you will see on it will be 0.236, 0.382, and 0.5. When using this template to measure for a possible wave 4, you'll place it from the low of wave 2 to the top of the possible wave 3 to try and catch the possible wave 4. All right, let's talk about our very last template here for the retracement tool, and it's the expanded B wave retracement, okay? These are the values that are going to be on it. You're going to want both the negatives and the positives, okay? They are going to be as follows. At the top, negative 0.05, negative 0.236, negative 0.382, and the negative 0.618. The positive numbers on your expanded B wave retracement tool should be the 1.05, 1.236, 1.382, and 1.618, okay? These are all of the fib retracement tools that you will need to accomplish the things that you want to do, okay?